welcome back to my channel, or welcome here if you are new. Today's video is going to be really heavy and it's going to be really serious. So before we get serious, let's talk about the wig. This wig is called Cloud. It's by Hazel Wigs, my favourite wig company. It will be linked down below so you can go check it out. I'm pretty sure this one's still available. Pink is the colour of the year for me. But without further ado, let's get into it. Today's video is how to survive bombing and how to survive war. And the best way to survive is to have a bomb shelter, aka an underground bunker. It would be stocked with enough food to last a year and everything else you would need for a long period of time. You know, just in case it's a nuclear bomb. Because the best thing you can do with nuclear bombs is stay out of the air, out of the area in which the bomb was set off. Because following the nuclear blast, nuclear winter sets in, and that's very uninhabitable for not only humans but every other kind of creature that inhabits the area. Most bunkers are covered up and we don't know where they are, but if you're lucky enough to find one at the bottom of your garden, you'll be okay. For the rest of us though, there's not much hope. I want to just say that I'm making this video because recent events have gotten me worried, and probably a lot of you are worried as well. I wish I could stop the wars and that everybody would have a safe warm home with enough food to not have to ration, but I'm not in charge of anything important. But I am very, very sorry, especially to people that are already in war zones. That is something that's always on the back of my mind, and it's really, really scary to think about. I will be going through things I learned as a child when we were studying the Second World War, as well as research done throughout the week before this video is filmed. If you have any more tips and advice, please leave a comment and I will leave more sources down below, mainly other YouTube videos that I have watched that inspired me to make this. Also, I forgot to mention I've been sick this week, so I will sound strange, and I've just stopped being sick enough to film this video. So I'm filming this on Saturday and it's going to be uploaded tomorrow. So this is quite a rushed video, that's why I'm linking other sources, and of course you can go and Google it if you want, which is what I did for a lot of this research. But I find that watching a video, things stick in my mind more than if I just read them. This happened to me earlier today, in fact, when I was thinking about subarachnoid hemorrhages in the brain, because I watched a video on that yesterday. One thing I remember learning in primary school is that if you tape your windows up, it will stop the glass from shattering so badly and harming you or destroying your things. This will only work a distance away from a bomb where walls wouldn't also be destroyed. So tape your windows around the corners, around the outside. So, and then put an X through that. And if you want to be extra careful, do a cross as well. As for supplies, it's always best to have a stock of drinks or a fully stocked pantry if you're lucky enough to have one or have the extra space to store shelf-stable food items and bottles of water. It's helpful to know where to go for safety, and I'm sure you can Google to see where to go in your local area for help during a war situation or after your home might be made uninhabitable by bomb blasts. I do this now before things get any worse. Keep up with the latest news once things have reached your country too, so you are always informed of when and where things are happening. Battery powered radios will come in handy if electricity isn't available to keep up with how things are evolving. Radios were used a lot during the previous world wars, and one of the suggestions was a hand crank radio, but those aren't really a thing anymore. I can only think of, you know, battery radios. The advice I found online states to create an emergency kit which would include a battery powered radio, as well as a lot of spare batteries, extensive first aid supplies, a flashlight, the food and water I previously mentioned, a whistle, a map of your local area, a can opener and toiletries and cash. If you, like me, have animals, then you must be prepared to lose them. Bombs can displace them, so they may get lost. I'm not sure how shelters regard animal companions, but if they are with you, I would also stockpile dry food and water enough for them too. I would at least try taking them with me to a shelter. They will be a great comfort or even invaluable help. I would think only my dog would survive bomb blasts, as the rabbits live outside and the cats also enjoy spending their time in the garden. You should also secure your home. Reinforce doors and windows whilst making it seem like nobody is home in case military tries to find people on the ground. Do not wear anything that could be mistaken for military attire, else you might be attacked or dispatched. Be mentally prepared to learn stress techniques and mindfulness. I know no amount of that is going to physically change the circumstances which you find yourself in, but it may help you in not taking actions that may jeopardise your safety. Be ready if plans change on a whim and willing to relocate for safety. Collect firewood and firelighters and matches to make fire to keep warm or cook food should electricity or gas be unavailable. Now that's all I have written in my notes. As I said, I've been ill and making a video has not been the forefront of my mind. I'm just trying to recover and to rest as much as I can. So I will leave a bunch of other videos that you can go watch that have more extensive advice, because we need to start thinking about these things. I read an article a few days ago that we are in a pre-war situation with Russia, which is very scary. Very, very scary. And I can't imagine the things people are going through in places like Gaza and Ukraine. I mean, I can imagine, there's proof of it, but I don't want to see these things. I'm aware. I think awareness is key, but I don't want to physically see these things because it would take a huge toll on my already fragile mental health. So please stay safe, stay aware, but most importantly take care of yourself first, because if you don't have your mind, you won't be able to handle anything else. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.